Hello, girls. It's only girls. Good afternoon. Hi, Ezra. Hi, Chongshin. Hi, Yuling. Hi, Emily. Hello. Nice to see you again. Emily, are you here? Emily, where's your brother?
He is joining.
He's joining. Oh, okay, good to see him. Okay, girls. So today is our last class of PET. How excited are you? You completed one level. I can assure you, each one of you made a great progress, which is brilliant, obviously. We're still aiming to make even better progress than that. Okay, so those of you who will continue to the next level, next week you're going to see me again. Those of you who won't continue, you won't going to see me again. However, you have my number in case if you need anything, just feel free to text me. I know I gave you homework last week. We will check it out maybe a little bit later because I want us completely to finish the book. Now, from the book, the last thing we actually need to do, we're going to leave a little bit of speaking for the second part of the class, so you can share some opinion with me. But let me just double check. Yeah, we finished the book. All we have to do is a little bit of writing. Okay, now I'm thinking maybe the best idea would be if I give you a list of exercises. Let me just see, where did I put them? Okay, 1 second. Not that one. Recording in progress, definitely. Okay, 1 second. Where did I put that file now? All right, here it is. Do you know what? We're just going to check it out. Whatever we've learned so far. And I want you to see your own progress. Your own progress. So it will be like a, I wouldn't say a final test because this is not going to affect your feedback because we're done with the feedback. We've sent the feedback like months ago. But we're just going to finalize this class today with pretty much everything we've learned from grammar within exercises, rather than me asking you, so when do you use this, how do you use that, and so on. We're just going to do like a test. It's not a test, but it's like a test. Okay, so I'm having two files prepared for you. One is listening, one is writing. Let me just check the writing part. I think we're going to go with this one. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with this one this time. Oh, Serena is here and Cindy. Oh, okay. Hi, everyone. Sorry I didn't see you. Hi, Serena. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Hawking. I wonder what happened with June. June was, he was texting me, I'll come, then he didn't come, then he said, I'll come, then he wouldn't come. Hi, Serena. Okay, guys, so let's finalize it. Do as much as you can so we can have a little bit of chat after that. I was thinking, should I give you listening? Because listening could be tricky, but actually listening is, yeah, it is tricky. I'm not saying no. However, reading with comprehension is more useful for you. So let's finalize this. I'm going to give you this. Let me just double check. Yeah, this is PET. Okay. Take your time, all right? As I said, the second part of the class, we're going to have some speaking. We can talk about whatever you want to talk because it's your last class. I don't want to bother you too much with things that probably you find them boring. But you know, when we're following a certain curriculum, especially, what is a curriculum though? Curriculum, what does that mean? Who knows? So let me explain this to you. So we have curriculum in each school. So let's say UK has one educational curriculum, which means the UK government or the Ministry of Education has a list of certain things that needs to be covered in the school. So, for example, we're learning according to the Cambridge curriculum. Whatever they think we need to learn, this is what we're learning. That is a curriculum. So, for example, in your schools in Malaysia, you're having different kind of curriculum. So if you study in a different country, you will find the educational process a little bit different. So that will be different kind of curriculum. So girls and one boy, I send you this link to you. Do the best you can, because we're finalizing, as I said, we're finalizing this level. You can see where are you. So I'm going to give you a guidance. For example, if you are getting, I'm not going to share the points at the end. If you're getting 8 and above, means that you're doing amazing job. Even though you will get 8, right? That means you're doing great. If you are between, let's say, 6 and 8, you're somehow in the middle. So if you are in the middle, please push yourself to go to the highest point. Now, if you're getting less than 6 points, then means that you really need to work a little bit more. But I'm not saying anything. I give that option, well, not option. I give this chance to you to show me how good you are. Pay attention to the exercises, as I said. If you're not sure, try with elimination. Super important. Try with elimination. That's the first part. The second part, yes, you need to read a lot of things. Keywords. Remember keywords. Focus on the very tiny details. The Image Theatre Company dramatizes the love letters of Vita Sackville West and Harold Nicholson. The play is about the couple's life and their most unusual marriage. Okay, couple's life, unusual marriage, unsuitable for children. These to me seems like keywords. So pay attention to details like that, okay? Because you're not generalizing it. You're actually looking for specific details. Next exercise, well, you have to, let me see. If it's correct, mark A. If it's not correct, mark B. Okay, there are traffic jams in Tasmania. If there are traffic jams in Tasmania, you go with A. If there aren't, you go with B. Next one, reading again with questions. Make sure, as I said, when you have an exercise like this, please read the questions first, okay? Super important. Then it's going to be much easier for you to focus on finding the correct answer. Question 5, all you have to do is just write the letter. You have multiple choice, all the verbs, make sure the verb makes sense. So don't just put the verb because you think it fits with the next word. Don't do that. Analyze it, analyze the sentence, check small details, because these exercises are very tricky. In the writing part, you just need to complete a couple of words over here, but then the real challenge is the following one. But the good thing is it's only 45 words. I mean, you can go up to 50 and 60, that's fine. However, you don't have to go to 100 words as we would normally do. Okay, I'm wishing you good luck. Again, this is not going to affect your final feedback, but it's just to see where you're standing. And those of you who will continue with FC, I'm actually thinking to do the same thing next week. Obviously, once we're going to present what we're going to study with the book, potentially I might give you a couple of exercises. Again, they're not going to affect your following feedback. However, I want you to see the gap. As I said before, and I'm going to say that next week, between PT and FCE, it's a big gap. It will be very challenging. Therefore, at the beginning, you're going to feel a little bit confused, like, oh, wow, I've never learned about this, or I've never seen this before in my life. However, that's the goal. The goal is to improve vocabulary, because basically the challenge will be with vocabulary, slightly. Okay. Well, to me, nothing, but maybe for some of you will be slightly, maybe will be more. Anyway, I'm not going to bother you with that. Let's just see what you're going to do here. Do you have any questions? Nope. Okay. Well, I'm here. If you have questions, just ask me. Hi, June. It's nice to see you again.
Hi, teacher.
How are you?
Fine.
Okay, you don't sound very fine. You sure it's okay, everything?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Okay, good. So what happened, sweetie? You didn't come for a long time.
Well, I was lately busy with the school.
Oh, okay. All right, sweetie, because today is the last class. So basically we're doing like a test, like a final test to see how much did we learn so far. Because obviously as of last class, so I don't know if you're continuing to the next level or not. However, those of you who will continue, they will obviously challenge themselves a little bit more. However, those of you who will finish with this course and stay as it is, I just want you to see where you actually belong. So they're doing a test. As I said, I send it to you. Yes, for you, obviously, it's going to take a little bit longer, but don't worry. Like, just do it in your own time. And if there is anything you don't understand, feel free to ask me. Okay, let me see what is confusing about this task. So you're right. You're writing it here. Can you write it? It doesn't let you. Oh. Oh, okay. Don't worry if it doesn't let you. I'm going to give you another writing task, so don't worry. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay, it's crazy. Let me stop sharing so I can see what's going on here. Where do you have the most mistakes? Okay. Okay, not bad. It's not bad. Even though I said from 8, but it's fine. Here and there. Just a little bit more push, definitely. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Let me give you the listening part so you can complete that one while the other ones are working something else. Okay, here it is. Copying. And then I'm going to give you a proper break, maybe even 10 minutes. Why not? Okay. All right. Let me send you the link, girls. Okay. Here is the listening part. Okay, Ewing, that's great. Good score. Cindy, not bad at all. Guys, you know what? We've been here 1 hour. I would advise you to leave whatever you're doing. It's not going to run away. Take a short break, 5, even 10 minutes. I don't mind. So get some water, get a bite, whatever you need to do in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Be back and we'll continue. Obviously, it's our last class, so I'm not going to be very strict with time. Okay? So feel free to do whatever you need to do. Be back here and we will continue because I want us to have a little bit of chat just before we finish this class. Use your break. So guys, I'm here in case if you're back, keep going. If you're not, that's fine. You still have some time. Hawking and Emily, they submitted it. Okay, cool. Thank you. So those of you who are ready with the writing part, please do the listening part. Once you finish it, we're just going to have a conversation. We're going to practice the speaking part and that's it. So doing these exercises, you can actually see that you improved a lot. Yes, of course, there are certain mistakes, but it doesn't actually mean that the mistake comes from your side all the time, because sometimes the answer, especially when you need to type them, most likely it's a synonym, right? So the idea is if you pick it up the rest of the exercises, you do them well, then you won't have any problems with that. June disappeared again. He's not here. Okay. Not sure what's going on with him. So Ezra is done with both of the tests. Good job. Just want each one of you to finish and kind of see where you belong, like how much is the progress. Of course, don't get discouraged, guys, if, for example, you're expecting to be 9 or 10, but you're getting it a little bit lower. As I said, sometimes could be a preposition, could be maybe spelling mistake or something like that. But that means that you need to be a little bit more focused. But it's okay. Let's just see a couple of more students to finish so we can have a chat. Okay, so one tip of advice, when you're having a listening part, as I said, first thing you need to do, guys, is read the questions before you do the listening. That's why you're having that pause before you actually do the listening part, okay? So there's a short pause. However, when you're doing this, make sure you focus on the keywords in the question. Carlotta first became interested in cutting people's hair when she saw. Okay, so we're having interested, cutting people's hair. This is important. She saw it from a magazine, cartoon character, or friend having done it. Now, once I know what I need to focus on, they might gonna mention all of them. But when they're saying in that, for example, maybe she says, I was watching a lot of hairdressing magazines. However, I didn't find them interesting. Cross it. Definitely that's not the one. Now I need to check from those two. So first and foremost, make it, try to get a general idea, okay? And then you try to eliminate. It's not this one, it's not this one, must be that one. That could help, definitely. Okay, so I got Chongshan and Ezra ready. I'm gonna ask them to have a little conversation between you two. So what can you speak about? Do you know what? You can speak about anything you want. You can speak about, for example, asking something about this course. How much do you think you made a progress? I'm just giving ideas. You don't have to speak about that. You can speak about, for example, a certain book, a certain TV program, anything you would like to know. The goal here is to make unexpected conversation. What do I mean by unexpected? So if I'm giving you the topic, most likely both of you will start thinking about it. Okay, so now I have to speak about books. Okay, what book do I like? Do I ask her about this? Do I ask her about that? No. Now this is unexpected conversation. Why? Because sometimes you're meeting someone, how would you know what they're going to ask you, right? You're not gonna know. So let's make an unexpected conversation. Anything you want. You're meeting now somewhere at the park, I don't know, maybe you're texting, doesn't matter. And let's see how your conversation will flow. In the meanwhile, we're just waiting for the rest to finish. So
So, Chongxuan, how is your day today?
okay.
To be honest, I'm a bit, not a bit, I'm exhausted actually because recently my school have the school exam, so that tomorrow will be the last day. But for tomorrow's subject, I need to remember a lot because tomorrow we have an exam for the history. So I need to uh, remember a lot. So my brain is full of the information and my brain is a bit limited. How do you feel?
I feel stressed. I haven't memorized it yet. There's some parts of it I remember, but I don't think I can remember it the next day. So do you think you will maybe remember some parts tomorrow?
I hope so, especially for the part that we need to write an essay like a bit longer. I hope that I will remember them so that I can score the score that I want. How about you?
I'm going to think about the essay. Write 10 words is fine for me. So are you going to study the whole night after like 11 p.m. or sleep after 10 p.m. to increase your memory?
For me, I would not do that. I don't want to stay up late because if I lack of the sleep, I think it will be affect my performance tomorrow. I will be tired tomorrow, so that it's not gonna help me to pass my test with the flying colors. So I think I will sleep like 9 o'clock or even 9 and 30 p.m. I will not stay up late. And you, are you going to stay up late?
No, because I will probably fall asleep if I continue reading the book. Or I would sleep at 10 p.m. probably, depends, and then wake up at 4. Well, when are you going to wake up tomorrow? Are you going to study? Are you going to revise?
Actually, just as usual, it's 5 a.m. Yes, 5 a.m. and I will reach school earlier than usual so that I can still have a revision with my friends and discuss some of the questions that probably will outed by the teacher. What will you do? Because our examination will be soon. You will be soon up. Will be over soon. So where are you? Are you going to relax yourself, like don't touch any book and watch movie or so whatever things you want to do?
I would wake up early and then read the book for a few minutes, and then when I get to school, I would probably revise a bit, and then forget all of it later. I don't know. It depends on my mood. If I'm sleepy, then I probably won't revise. Sorry, I'm stuck. I don't know what to say.
You're not stuck. You're doing just great because this is a friendly conversation, unexpected conversation, and you started, girls, you started very well. That was very good. Talking about the exams you're going to have. Do you think you're ready and so on? That was a very friendly conversation, and it was super engaged. So whenever you see, like, usually Ezra says this, I'm stuck. You're not stuck. Don't use that. Don't use that you're stuck, because if you are, how do I say this? If you've said your opinion about this, and you can say, like, for example, a very friendly way, so yeah, I'm not sure I'm gonna make it. For example, if you need to go somewhere and you just say, so I'm busy, I have to do this and this and this, and then in the end you think you're done and you just say, yeah, I'm not sure I'm gonna make it. You're done. Now you're done. Don't use that I'm stuck, because you're not stuck, because you've spoken quite good. So that was good. That was good. Perfect. I think, as I said previously, guys, for this group, you're having the best speaking skills, and I'm not just saying that. I think you are one of the best groups that I had. Even I have like 2 higher levels, FCE, but they don't speak as you do. So I love that. I love how you engaged yourself. You're building rapport with each other. You feel comfortable talking with people. This is the only approach that you need to do in order to feel comfortable. Are you going to make a mistake? Yes, of course. Everyone makes mistakes. I told you why. Because when we're speaking, it's one way. When we're writing, our brain tends to work differently. And that's why I say, especially when you're writing something, reread the text. For me, personally, I always reread it twice. Doesn't matter if I need to write an email or anything for that matter. I make sure to read it twice. Why? The first time when I read it, I find most of my mistakes. The second time is the polishing of the email, just to check it out. Okay, now it sounds good. But when it comes to speaking, you don't have a chance to do that, right? You're not going to say a sentence and then you say, hold on, erase that. Let's fix it. Let's say it this way. So when it comes to speaking, everyone makes mistakes, okay? Especially when it's like an informal conversation. Yes, when it's formal, you have a piece of paper, everything is written over there, you just read it. That's completely different, right? But we're not talking about that kind of conversation, because your examination, your age, let's put the examination on side. Your level, the way that we're having approach with this Cambridge curriculum is to make you feel comfortable talking about certain things, okay? So it doesn't mean that all the time you're going to know, well, okay, so I'm going to see Tina today. She's going to ask me about this. Okay, maybe she will ask you about that, but that means you're very friends, like you're super close friends with her. So you are alike. You think the same things. You're having the same mindset, right? That's a little bit different. However, you can possibly know, okay, so I'm going to go to the hospital and the doctor will ask me, do you have insurance? Yes, okay, they're going to ask me that. But they might going to ask me something else, something that I didn't expect. So unexpected conversation is super important, so you can feel comfortable with any areas. However, I think you did great. That was good. Let me see what's going on with the rest of them. They still haven't finished. Nope. Okay. Is anyone ready? Or maybe you don't want to submit it because you have to speak. No? Okay. All right. So maybe anyone, we have like 9 minutes left. Maybe anyone wants to say something before I let you go. No? Okay. So I want to say is it was a pleasure, guys, working with you this year. Oh, Yuling is ready. Okay, good score. It was a pleasure working with you. Yes, of course, sometimes the classes were a little bit more on the boring side just because we needed to check out certain type of exercises and just to check your knowledge. How much did you learn? We've tried to include a lot of speaking, especially speaking, and of course, writing as well, just because it's very important to feel comfortable. I would say for most of the students, speaking is definitely the hardest point, the hardest skill. It's a skill. That's why it's a skill, because not everyone can do it, right? However, it's not really the case. Because the more you challenge yourself and the more you speak with people, the easier it becomes. Same thing, for example, I'm super lazy when it comes to exercising. I'm just the worst. But why is that? At certain point, maybe like 2-3 months ago, I was so regular at home. I was exercising. I was exercising like literally every day for about 2 months, and I couldn't wait because it became a habit. I was feeling comfortable when I was exercising. Now, unfortunately, I cannot say that. I'm trying to push myself to start exercising again. It's just, I get dressed, I find the videos, I put on the music, I go the first 3 minutes, and then I'm like, yeah, maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, I do it again, because I just don't want to build this habit for now, because for some reason it doesn't make me happy, right? But when it comes to speaking, obviously you are here, you want to improve your English because you're going to need it in the future. And also it's a nice language. It's good to be multilingual or bilingual, depends how many languages you speak. So that is a good thing. My advice for you would be, please challenge yourself to something more. The grammar, as a rule, is easy. Yes, sometimes it's gonna ask you to focus a little bit more and do more exercises. Let's say passive, let's say conditionals, that's fine. But in real life, it doesn't actually mean that you're going to use that all the time. No, that's not the case. But in order for you to be better with writing, you're gonna have to polish grammar skills as well, because that's the only way, right? When it comes to writing, those of you that are going to do the exam in November, end of November, beginning of December, if I don't see you within the next level, let me just, guys, advise you, please make sure you're making longer sentences. So 2 simple sentences, link them, use a linking word, extend the sentence, make it better. Also, make sure your grammar is correct. So if it's a story, you need to use past tense, right? So you know that you have one option to write a story. In that case, make sure you're using past tense only. Don't use present tense, okay? Unless you're doing direct speech, right? You're copying the exact words, that's a little bit different. But in general, when you're writing a story, make sure the story is in past tense, because this is how you're going to get higher points. That's one thing. The second thing, make sure you are including phrasal verbs. Go up, go down, play up. What else was it? Can't remember which one did I learn with you. But if you go through the book, you're going to find probably about 20 phrasal verbs. Make sure you're including them in the writing. Doesn't matter what kind of writing you're going to have. I mean, you're having the email, you have the story, and you have an article to choose from. Up to you what you're going to choose. Okay, that's the second thing. What else? Also, once you're going to write it down, try to find synonyms. Okay, so read your writing, and this is also for your school examination if you have. So read your writing once and see which words you can exchange them. You can use some synonyms to make it sound better. All right, that is also going to help you a lot. So let's say if it's pretty as an adjective, or pretty, whatever you like to call it. Okay, pretty is okay. Change it. Make it better. If you are, so oftentimes I say pay attention to the vocabulary. Yes, absolutely. But sometimes your brain just doesn't want to cooperate. That's fine. Leave it for now. Leave it plain as it is. Do something else. Do another task. Or take a couple of minutes. Read the text again. Try to find synonyms. Obviously, you can find synonyms with verbs. You can find synonyms with nouns and adjectives. Doesn't matter. I can really advise you what type of words you need to find synonyms to, whatever you feel comfortable with. Also, my advice for you would be find a couple of, let's say, I don't know, maybe like 20, 30, let's say even 50 words that are super powerful in English, like exceptional. Yes, the level is high, but if you know how to include it in your writing has a little bit of depth, so it sounds a little bit more better. You don't have to now. How do I say this? Maybe some of the words won't be suitable for your level because your level is B1, but no one is going to say, okay, why did you use this word? Because this word belongs to level, I don't know, B2 or C1. Okay, no one's going to say that. Your challenge from now on needs to be only improving vocabulary. The grammar, as I said, is just a rule, couple of rules. You follow them, you do them. That's it. Usually in real life, what we're using? We're using present simple, present continuous, past simple, potentially past continuous, and you have to know future. Do I have to know perfect? Yes, most likely you're going to use it. But you know what? You can save yourself from a certain situation by using past tense or present tenses as well. So let's say past perfect will be perfect if you use it in your writing for your exams or for your school. That will be brilliant. However, in real life, when you need to speak with someone, not really the case. I'm just being honest with you. So don't stress yourself about grammar. Challenge yourself to learn words. I have an app, and I think I told you at the beginning, which one do I have over here? I got, what is the name of this app? Hold on. Should be word of a day. Yes. WOTD. So I have this app, and every morning when I open my phone, because I had a reminder at, was it 8 o'clock? I can't remember. It doesn't even matter. Okay. So there are a couple of words that are coming up over here. Remember, English, in English language, pretty much every single day, there are 2 new words. Can you know all of them? No, nobody does. So don't beat yourself about that. However, make sure you're having an app just for fun, you know, because you can also play it, like you can play a quiz and you can see how much did you remember. You have favorites. You found, what do I have? Goofball. I've never used this word in my life. Never, ever, ever. And I realized that's a silly or a stupid person. Goof. I know what goofy means, but I've never heard of goofball. Okay, so I put it in favorites. Why? Because I find it it's an interesting word. And sometimes, of course, this is very informal, and you cannot say this to a teacher. You're a goofball. Okay, that's not going to work. But I put it in my favorites because it's an interesting word and I want to use it. So once you're going to put it in your favorites, you can have a quiz after that and check how much you learn. Again, vocabulary is the challenge, not the grammar. If you have the words, you will be able to speak. I mean, if you know only 50 to 100 words, how are you going to speak? What are you going to say? The same thing? No, doesn't work that way. Think about it. It's super easy. It is the vocabulary you need to work on. The more you read, the more you challenge yourself with some listening exercises. But again, I would say writing is important because the brain likes to memorize the word as it is written. Okay, so maybe apps like this, you don't have to choose this one, WOTD, you don't have to choose that one. There are plenty of apps on, I don't know what kind of phone you're using, on the Play Store or Apple. I don't know how to call it Apple because I'm a Samsung person, so I don't know. You know that probably better. Find some apps every single day, maybe 5 minutes before you go to bed. If you're learning, let's say 5 to 10 words a week, guys, that will be amazing. I promise you. So your goal should be focusing on the vocabulary, nothing else. You improve the vocabulary, everything goes up. And that's it. As easy as that. And you will be fluent. You will be able to speak with whoever you want. Doesn't really matter. Okay. Do you have any questions? No questions? Okay, cool. Again, it was a pleasure working with you this year. Those of you that I'm going to see next week, I will say hi to you again next week. Those of you that I'm not going to see next week, feel free to text me. Let's say if there's anything that I can do for you, anything I can help you, you need a certain advice with a homework or something, feel free to contact me before you do the examination. If you do the examination, of course, you can contact me. I will kind of give you a couple of tips as well before you do the exam, and I think you'll be good to go. Okay? All right, cool. Thank you so much for seeing you today. I'm wishing you to have a good week ahead and talk to you later. Bye, everyone. Bye.